Let's start with the Bills going into Mile High and taking on the Denver Broncos. Daniel,
Right.
talk to me.
This was this was one of the best games you're ever gonna see. Period. Stop between the Bills and the Broncos. Um, Look, I mean, you had Josh Allen coming in with all the expectation, all the emotion, beating a really good Jacksonville Jaguars team, and to a degree, he was had a lot of idea of no Mahomes, no Lamar. This is the moment. This is the time. You had Bo Nix kind of sitting on the sidelines, with that great defense ready to go and that kind of stagnant offense. But as the game went on, you started to see this Bronco defense really doing itself with justice. They are a great defense, and they're able to get a lot of turnovers. And Josh Allen does a really, really bad interception. He throws a bad fumble to the ground for no reason that costs him points, that costs him turnovers, it costs him possessions. And towards the second half, it kind of mattered. Those 3 points, 4 points, 6 points here and there, they matter, right? And Bo Nix was no better. He threw a couple of interceptions as well, but maintained the ball possession. And the Broncos offense just sputtered, and this Bills defense played really well. This wasn't as good as we thought it was, but they played up to their competition here. They made stops when they needed to. But when push came to shove at the end of the game, we see that Josh Allen sometimes can be a little inconsistent with the ball in his hands. He fumbles it again. And Bo Nix comes down the field, and they're able to get the score, and we're going into overtime, the first overtime of the NFL playoffs. New rule, the rule change happened because of Josh Allen, and it helped them here. Both teams had a chance with the ball. Both teams punted. And when the Bills had the ball again, driving down the field, Josh Allen going deep down the field, he goes to make a pass, and it gets intercepted. We'll talk about it. He gets intercepted. Uh, the Broncos take over. They drive. Bo Nix makes some big plays with his legs. They're able to convert a big third down with a deep ball right at the goal line. The Bills commit a personal foul to get them even closer, and the Broncos don't even run a play. Bo Nix does one more play. He takes the snap. He runs a little bit to the right. He falls down to get his kicker in the right position. The kicker comes up, and he nails the field goal, and the Broncos come out with the win as they beat the Buffalo Bills 33 to 30. Excuse me. Well, with reward comes risk, and with joy comes heartbreak. As not even an hour later, after the Broncos won, Bo Nix is out for the rest of the playoffs by Sean Payton with a fractured bone in his ankle that was suffered on the second to last play of the game as he was trying to just line up his kicker. So Josh Allen goes out crying. He goes out sad. He committed 4 turnovers. He is blaming himself. His teammates aren't blaming him. Bo Nix will no longer be in the playoffs. It'll be Jared Stidham to lead the Broncos in the AFC Championship game in Mile High. But Lewis, this was your pick for the weekend. You picked the Bills. You've been riding Josh Allen all season. I haven't. At the end of the day, Josh is one of the best quarterbacks of all time, but his team let him down a little bit. And maybe the officials.
I think the Bills played a really good game. I think this was a very highly contested game. Had a lot of yards. I think that this loss is not on the coach. I don't think it's on the offensive line. I don't think it's on the defense, really. I don't think it's on James Cook. I don't think it's on a wide receiver. As much as we praise Josh Allen for when he plays well in the playoffs, and boy, does he play really well, we have to hold him accountable when he doesn't. Josh Allen played like absolute garbage in this game. Yes, he had clutch moments, and yes, he had a lot of yards, and yes, he almost had the Broncos on the ropes. But when you commit 4 turnovers in a game, you are the reason why your team is losing. You are the reason why your team's giving up possessions. You are the exact reason of why your team isn't winning this game. And we could talk about the interception in overtime all we want. But when push comes to shove, doesn't matter about the ruling anymore. The ruling is the ruling. It was a pick. That's it. Josh Allen, he took accountability. None of his teammates want to blame him because Josh Allen's such a sweet man, and his teammates love him, so they're not going to do that to him. But all I'm saying is that Josh Allen played not great, not even close. And we have to hold him accountable, and we have to say this loss is on him. Sean McDermott did all he could with all those turnovers, with all those fumbles. He did everything he could to keep this team into winning positions. And Josh Allen threw the game away. Literally. Threw it away. And the defense couldn't make a stop. Right? Putting a lot of pressure on your defense when you can't consistently drive down the field and give them breaks. So, tough loss for the Bills. Almost beat the Broncos. This was your year, Josh Allen. No Mahomes, no Lamar, no Burrow. This one stings. This one hurts. If you're Josh Allen, this one hurts a lot. Thank you. Also, Daniel, first, there's a bit of a static coming from your mic. Is there like a fan somewhere? Is there like a something heating up? Is there like a...
How's that?
It's better.
Okay.
There we go. But yeah, that's my thought. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, no. Look, I agree. I think when you get to the playoffs, you have to win a turnover battle. You have to win time of possession, and you always have to score points, right? I think what Denver did really well is they won a turnover battle, they had time of possession, and they scored more points. It's what they do. And Bo Nix was Bo Nix. Wasn't great, wasn't good. I mean, wasn't bad, wasn't great. Just was very consistent with how he's played. RJ Harvey had a big game. This Broncos defense is also great and knows how to make plays, and they did that. Right? I think it warrants a conversation of what Buffalo has to do. Because this was kind of the year. This was kind of the moment. This was kind of, the chance, as you would say. And obviously, going into the year, we didn't really expect that. We didn't expect no Mahomes, no Lamar, no Burrow, whatever in the AFC. Right? But I think just the way this Buffalo team was constructed, right? The lack of a really star defensive player, the lack of a really stud wide receiver, the lack of a really consistent offensive line, it led to moments where Josh Allen kind of had to put the team on his back. And eventually the back has to break. I think you just saw that today against a really good defense. Right? So, yes, you could blame this game on Josh Allen, but I blame the overall year the Bills had on the Buffalo Bills themselves. Right? So it's going to warrant to see if there's going to be any change in the offseason. If there's going to be any change for this Buffalo Bills team, see what they could do to improve because they have to now. Because now the AFC has gotten better. Teams have gotten better. So you can't skate by just having Josh Allen. This offense needs to get better. The scheme needs to get better, whatever it is. It needs to improve. And for, Denver Broncos, it sucks losing Bo Nix. It sucks what happened at the end of the game. You got the win. Congratulations. All you could do is hope for Jared Stidham. Right? And the good part about this Broncos team is that whether it's Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, me, you, Jess, a bag of chips, a bag of potato chips, folded napkin, or paperclip at quarterback, this defense is still elite and great. And I think if Jared Stidham could just do not even enough, just something in this game coming up, they have a very good chance to win. I think this defense can carry them. We've seen it happen in Denver before with Peyton Manning. I'm not saying Jared Stidham's Peyton Manning. He's not. But I'm saying this defense is also equivalent to that defense that won the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So I think for Denver, you still hold out hope. You are the home team. You do have home field advantage. So you ride it out as best you can. And you are playing a Patriot team, which we'll get to. Look, it's still looking a little shaky, Jim.
A little
I don't
shaky,
know.
Jim.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to Denver. Uh, right up, I guess. I don't know.
Yes,
But yeah.
congratulations to Denver. But I have something to say. I
Talk to us.
decided to hop in for this. Because I picked the Bills.
Mhm.
I picked them to face the Rams.
hmm
I thought about what you said. I think it was Daniel. But both of you kind of said it, how this was the year because he didn't have like heavy competition. So I thought to myself, I said, well, maybe he's not supposed to win without this competition. Because you also said he's one of the greatest ever, right?
Yeah.
Well, you may have to actually solidify that by beating Mahomes in the playoffs. You may have to do that by beating him, Lamar, and Burrow at the same time. Because next year, all three can be back healthy. Different situations. And maybe this was not the year to show if he's actually that great. Maybe he's like, in order for Josh to actually claim that, you're going to have to beat somebody in a very critical moment in the playoffs, not during the regular season. It is disappointing that they lost that game, and it was a great game, but it was disappointing.
Yeah.
So I would like to pose a question real quick to both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically, let's say that Lamar is healthy. Let's say that Joe Burrow actually is healthy, and this Bengal team actually can perform in the regular season. And let's say Mahomes is healthy, and the Chiefs sneak into the playoffs. Do you think this Bill team can run through those three teams and get to the Super
No.
Bowl?
No.
That's my problem with it. The
Well,
team,
now I think everyone can
Josh
agree.
Allen might, but the team is not prepared for that.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
think everyone can agree with that now.
so I think over the team overall had to get better and needs to get better. It can't stay like this because even this team is not good enough to win a Super Bowl.
No, and he needs a number one receiver because you need to give you have to get take some pressure off of him because him making all these mistakes is him trying to do everything, but because he can't trust no one else on the team.
And I
And
mean,
unlike Mahomes makes the plays when he has to rely on himself. But for some reason in the playoffs, when Josh tries to do that, well, in this playoffs, in this one, it didn't work out for him. And it's like, can you almost blame him? Because it's like he's the workhorse. How is he's the it's he needs some help. He needs help.
and to be a little bit fair to Josh, I blame the first fumble on him entirely. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen him do in my entire life. Why are you throwing the ball into the ground? You just run out of bounds, stop the clock. That made no sense. The second fumble, it's a great defensive play. You could argue his arms going forward. That's fine. The first interception, that's on Josh. It's a bad throw. It's a bad throw. The second interception, it's a 50-50 ball. It's questionable. There's an angle where the ball's moving, but it's a 50-50 ball, and your wide receiver lost it. I can't blame that on him. I can't. So 2 out of the 4 you could say are his fault. The other 2 aren't. So while he did make mistakes, it wasn't like it wasn't CJ Stroud's mistakes. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, we're gonna fucking get into that. Oh, let me tell you. Man, I mean, it sucks for Josh because without those guys, those elite guys, you kind of felt like this is the time. And even though the team was not up to par, you still felt that aura around this team. And you felt like they could have a magical run, even though the team is not up to par with these other AFC teams. They put up a really good fight against the Broncos, man. They put that defense under a lot of pressure, and Bo Nix had to make some incredible plays. The Broncos could not run the ball to save their life. Bo Nix had 29 yards as the leading rusher of their team. The defense did their part at Buffalo to stop that run. But Bo Nix, man, when the going got tough, he needed to fucking show up, and he did. So all credit to the Broncos there. But Bills played a great game. It's sad.